How do you know if you're going through a quarter life crisis? How old do you have to be in a quarter life crisis? What's quarter life? What's quarter? What's 20 to 25? All right. What if you're having a crisis when you're 31? Is that a third life crisis? I don't know. I feel like everybody always talks about like, oh, I'm 1/3 life. Okay. Then you're just fucked. 3/10 life crisis. Okay. Got a little power upgrade. A little early. I feel 33 would be a 1/3 life crisis. Well, like, I don't think people live to 100. I feel like that's just being a millennial. Your whole life's a fucking crisis. How old do people live now? I want to say like upper 70s, right? Is like the average. Life expectancy is around 80-ish. I feel like it depends on what country you're from. If we live to 80, then yeah, I guess you'd be, if you have a crisis when you're 20. Oh my God. Why do people need to over the horizon me right now? US is 19 years. A big difference? Nah. I think you were right the first time. Life expectancy in America is most certainly 19 years old. According to 2020 statistics by the CDC, it's 77.8. I still feel like that's like, it feels so low, you know? Your third life crisis at 6. Yeah, man, I had my midlife crisis at 9. I don't know, I feel like everybody's always like comparing like, if they're having a crisis, they call it their like whatever, how long they've been alive, if crisis, you know? I feel like I've heard so many, when I was 20, everyone was like, oh man, I'm going through my quarter life crisis. And like, I feel like that like had to do with like, I'm having a crisis. That was strange. Life expectancy dropped after the pandemic. Well, I guess like on average, yeah. I'm having a Bomberman crisis. Terrible 2 is the 140th life crisis. Yeah. So the whole thing with like a midlife crisis is like you have this realization, I think, that like, oh my God, I'm gonna die one day. So you kind of just like start doing like crazy shit, like buying expensive cars and doing a whole bunch of shit that you were supposed to do when you were young, but now you're an old fuck. So that it doesn't really apply when somebody's, I don't know, like, you call like, okay, I would assume like a quarter life crisis is like, it's like you got out of like high school and maybe college and you realize that, holy shit, I don't know how to live without being told what to do all the time. You know what I mean? Like that's, a lot of people have that. I don't relate with that because God damn it, I fucking hated being told what to do all the fucking time. Quarter life crisis is more just having to start adulting. Yeah, but like I guess what I'm saying, Chronicle, please, thank you so much for the 19. Get it, please, now! Probably shouldn't be in a stream. I'm not feeling great mentally, but that's just been my norm for a long-ass time. So, yeah, fucking hang out, man. You are welcome in whatever state that you are, as long as you're over the age of 18 and submissive and breedable. Those are my three needs. I am in a liquid state. I love that for you. Like a midlife crisis and a quarter life crisis are completely fucking different. Most people go through that, like a quarter life crisis. And I guess it doesn't have to be similar. I mean, crises are all different. Everyone goes through different crises. Crises. Peni. Crises is weird. You could submit, and I'm pretty sure I'm not sterile. I don't know what that means. I don't know if my quarter life crisis ended yet. I don't know. I still feel like I'm in a quarter life crisis, but now I guess it's a third life crisis. What if you're just in a crisis? What if your life is just a fucking ongoing crisis? My life has been a crisis since I started making YouTube videos, because now I base my entire value off of a number that doesn't actually mean anything anymore. Just a completely superficial fucking number on my YouTube page. Every time I meet somebody who's like doing exactly what I'm doing but has less subscribers than me, I feel like such a fraud. And then everybody who's above me, I feel like, ooh, I'll get you one day. What is that shit? What is that shit? That's a crisis. That's the YouTube crisis. There's an identity crisis. Having a crisis. Damn. I didn't even realize that's a red 00. That's not a good one. That means we're behind by like milliseconds. I was a workaholic when I was a teen. Just did everything everyone told me, and then I just had enough. Yeah, I think a lot of people, well, like a lot of people also just like the way that your life is structured for you. It's like, it's so nice because you don't have to structure your own life. And then suddenly you're just dumped into the real world and you're like, all right, fucking figure it out. And you're like, no, what the fuck? Oh my God, no. Didn't we start this with a fucking fire upgrade? And I remember thinking in my head, I'm like, you know what? This run is gonna have 2 power upgrades out of those boxes just to fuck with me. In these runs, for those of you who don't know, we want 1 bomb upgrade and 1 power upgrade, which the fires are the power upgrade. If we get more than 1, the run gets very hard because my bombs will explode very big boom, make very PB, not big boom. Shut up. I like the lack of structure in my life, but people are trying to force structure onto it. I felt exactly the same way growing up. I hated feeling like other people were deciding what was best for me, because I definitely like lived off of like experience. Like I wanted to like experience things for myself, and even if it hurt, at least I learned the lesson. I didn't want to, I don't know. And you know, all the adults are always just like, oh, just like take my advice and you'll fucking, you know, you'll be great. And it's just, I don't know, when has that ever worked? When has taking advice from your parentals and adults ever happened all the time? You know, if I were a parent, which I am to all of you, I would allow the kids to kind of have a, I don't know, like a support system to fuck up in, you know, and then just kind of let a kid fucking go down a skateboard ramp and then fucking stop calling me. Can I go out with friends, Dad? No. More safety net than helicopter? Yes. Safety net, not helicopter. Because then, like, I mean, just look at what, just like, how the fuck do you think a kid ends up if you've just helicoptered them the entire time? Not let them be in any danger ever. And then you just, now they're out in the world. A lot of the time, they end up fucking still living with their moms at 45, you know? And that's what some moms want, because their entire identity is all wrapped up in being a mom or being a dad. But some people don't. I ended up gay. I don't know if that's because of your parents. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't have the data. I'm not a gay scientist. I'm sorry. Just a straight one. Break your children's everything and they'll learn. Like you do it? No. Here, I'll teach my children. You break every bone in their body. Now they'll know. Yeah, I missed gayology. Biology. God. Whew, that's a good one. Wasn't available as an elective. That kid makes mistakes so he doesn't become like a perfectionist. Yeah, well, I don't know if those things correlate, but I think, oh, that was too soon. Whatever. Go, it's pretty tight split. I usually wait for black, so I don't know. It was like a fucking just 0.2 seconds fast or something. It wasn't that big of a deal. Just nearly kill your kid at the start. Yeah. When the kid pops out of the out of the fucking the baby belly, the mommy belly, you punt them, and then once they regain consciousness, then at that point you be a very, very like embracing father or mother or father. Sure. Okay, so we need a power upgrade. Do the Charlie Brown football skit to your kid? Yeah, dude. Big helicopter parenting moment from my mom. It's tough, man. I mean, you gotta have empathy for a parent who is like a helicopter parent, because they care about you a fuckload, you know? They really do want the best for you. And unfortunately, I think that's what's detrimental to it a lot of the time. Yeah, it's hard. I mean, everyone fucks it up. I took child psychology, developmental psych, adolescent psych, and I think the thing I took away from it is if you're a parent, you're going to fuck up that kid. Like, no matter what, like, there's no amount of knowledge or whatever, you're going to fuck it up. And you're just going to do that. Kids just get fucked up, and they get fucked up by their parents. And that's the cycle. That's the cycle of life. I feel like being fucked up by your parents is like, I don't know. I feel like it's a very important stage of development. I don't know why. You know, it sucks. Like, you shouldn't try to. You should always do your best. But it's just how it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good shit. Wow, what a dick! Come on, please be nice and give me something. Give me your... Oh my god! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw bomb. 3 of those in a row. That's the worst RNG I can get. Don't do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you fucking do it. Okay. Mistakes shape you to be who you are. I don't know. Sometimes the mistakes give you trauma, and some people never get out of the trauma. Some people die never forgiving their parent. I have a 15-month-old and they didn't provide an owner's manual when they were birthed. Can you return it? Maybe you can get a new one. Did you check inside the placenta? Yeah. You sure you didn't get the child used? Dude, what was didn't that happen? Well, not the child being used, but like there was like a case where like the babies at the delivery room got fucking switched or whatever. And these two people found out they were like twins or whatever. I swear this isn't just sister. I swear that like actually happened. Happens a lot apparently. How do you fuck that up? I just like, how do they not have just like, I don't know, fucking put a barcode on the baby's head or something and scan them, make sure. I feel like that's something you really don't want to fuck that up. But I guess maybe nurses are like, well, by the time they find out, like, oh well, by the time they find out, whatever.